Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So today I'm actually in Welcome to Hanwell, but I'm not actually going to make a video specifically about this game. It's just something that's kind of occurred to me during playing this game and Kona, which I also did for the channel recently. And it's something that I think is a problem with these kind of games. If you watch the other videos I've done about these games, it's not a genre of game I play often. It's not a genre of game I often like, so I only buy them when they're very cheap in PlayStation Store sales. I've played Soma and Amnesia and those kind of games, but I usually lose interest after a while because crawling around or walking around in dark corridors and things jumping out, that kind of thing. I like it in horror movies, but it doesn't really do it for me in games after a while. But this was cheap and so was Kona, so I thought let's just give it a go. So one of the things that Kona does, and this does, which is, I don't think it's good, I don't think it's good for a game, is you can't leave. Kona's the same, is you've got a car, but when you try to leave the rest stop that I was at in the video I made, the last video, there's a tree blocking the road and it says or it kind of narrates that there's something else you might need to look for, so he didn't want to leave or something like that, because it's got a narration, which is also a bit weird actually, but anyway. That's not the point. And so you can't leave until you've done what you need to do. And I don't think that's good at all in a game, because I think that whatever game you're playing, it doesn't have to be a horror game, it can be any kind of game. The immersion of the game is feeling you're in a real place and you're really experiencing it, and there's nothing more immersion breaking to make you feel like you're not in a real place than when, for no possible reason, you just can't open the door again until it tells you can. That's not a real thing. If you're locked in a room in a game where there's a trap, that's different, but this isn't that. It's just telling you wouldn't want to leave, but you can if you wanted to, but you can't, if that makes sense. So, and the same with Kona. There's a blocked road outside which miraculously gets unblocked as soon as you find that last clue that you can't find. I actually know what the thing is I need to do in this actually, but anyway. So I think it's a problem. I mean, I think there's got to be a better way. I kind of agree that maybe if you left an area, it would be slightly annoying, especially in these very linear kind of, where's my torch, horror games. If you left an area and then you found that there's something you needed further back and you had to go all the way back, yeah, that would be annoying. I'll probably be making a video saying, oh, that's so annoying, I made a mistake and I have to go all the way back to this house or that rest stop or whatever. So I haven't got the key to that, I can't think where I found it. I came out of this game one night and it put me back to the beginning of the house, and so the things that I got to open doors I have to go and find again. Anyway, that's another little annoying thing about this game, so bear that in mind. I don't know where the save points are. I guess when I leave the house is a save point, but if you don't do specific things like leave a house or leave an area, I think that it doesn't save and you'll have to start that whole bit all over again. Anyway, but yeah, I think there must be a better way of doing that. My thought on it, and I don't think this is like shocking, would be that the piano, you can actually like bang a key on this. This would be as good as I would be musically anyway. I'm not musically inclined at all. Anyway, my thought would be that you just make the clues and the things you need to do more obvious. To be honest, I don't like any game, it doesn't have to be a horror game or survival game, where you have to walk around looking for something. I don't think that's fun. I don't know who thinks that's fun. I don't think anyone thinks that's fun. So I don't like that. I think that's annoying. So if your clues in the house are or in the rest stop or in the whatever, are so difficult or so hard to find or so difficult to realise you need them, that you have to block the door and you can't leave, and this isn't a big house, it's only got like 2 rooms upstairs and there's a sort of little kitchen thing and a loungy thing here, and that's it. So then make your clues more obvious. That's not difficult. Whether you make them slightly more obvious by indicating them with little, light up things that show you where they are, or which this game was doing earlier. It had that little thing where there was little things lighting up and it showed you where they were, and now it doesn't. So I think it's annoying. I think much more obvious clues would be a better thing. It doesn't have to be hugely obvious, and I'm not saying there should be no puzzles. What I'm saying is that if there is a puzzle, you should know what the puzzle is, rather than walking. I walked around this house for ages looking for things I needed to find, and it was just annoying. And now I've got to do it all again. So, also, just on another note, it's very odd actually, my torches, you can see on the left, if you ever play this game, don't leave your torch on for more than 5 seconds because it seems to die. I don't know what batteries we have in this, but they're obviously used or very poor, or they need recharging, I don't know, because they seem to die very quickly. But yeah, it's very odd actually the way this house is laid out as well. I don't know who designed this house, but there's a very ornate and wide entrance room. There's a secret bunker or something there which I can't access until I get whatever I need to get for the game. Grand piano in the I assume that's a grand piano. That's a grand piano, isn't it? Or it's a piano anyway. My knowledge of pianos is not extensive. In the hall, and then you've got this very odd setup with a much smaller. This is another like big kind of, I don't know, little mini reception thing, which again is for like a big house. I can't show you up there because I haven't got a torch that's working. And then in here you've got like the lounge, and there's a very, very tiny kitchen. Another thing I'd say about this game, which I've just sort of demonstrated, is it's not fun and it's not really helpful that the torch goes off so quickly for so long. I don't know why they would do that. Okay, you have to keep in mind that your battery might run out. There, it's gone back to normal. But I don't see what, that's not enjoyable, having to sit and stand somewhere waiting. I've had to do a few times in this game already for my torch to light up again. That's not fun. And as there's so many dark areas in the game, you do need it, so I don't see why they do that either. And like I said, it's not a genre I generally play, so maybe that's normal. So yeah, there's a weird, very student house chair, very untidy, nasty looking kitchen. Tiny little weird kitchen with a strange dining table that no one would really want to eat there because it's really weird. And then there's this lounge next to it. It's a really oddly designed house. Anyway, that's enough of that. So yeah, I think that in general, I've said this about other games like Inquisitor Martyr, which is one of my favourite games for lots of reasons, because it shows you what you need to do. It doesn't waste your time. When you go into the game, it shows you all the controls without having to think about what to press, and it indicates on every map you go into where you need to go and what you need to do, and I think that's excellent. And there's no reason why games shouldn't do that. Yes, they can be a bit more difficult, and you know, Inquisitor Martyr, the combat's hard, but I don't think there's any fun to be had walking around a house that you can't leave until you do the right thing, looking for something that you may not be able to find half the time because the rooms are dark and your torch has run out. I don't think that's fun. I don't think that's fun at all, actually. That's one of the reasons I had to go back into this game, because I just got frustrated with the other night, and I just signed out of it in a fit of, not anger, but frustration. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Till next time, take care for now.